done when all my contemporaries have settled and everybody has done what they want to do in the music industry and they want to retire, I'll still be making music. I'll still be making music till the wheels fall off. I just was very bored, you know. Gets bored very easily. Doesn't like doing the same thing over and over and over again. And if that's what they want EL to be doing, EL is just gonna be like, fuck it. Like, I don't need it. That's one very main characteristic about who EL is. When I decide to do something different, most people might not identify with what I'm talking about. A lot of people do, but not most people. Because I'm a creative, I consider myself as a pure artist. So regardless of what the people are going to think, I'm just going to go ahead and do that thing that I want to and express myself that way. So yeah, I don't listen to nobody, man. Like, I'm always going to do things in my own time when I'm ready. I'm not like I used to like, okay, try this person, or these people say make her try them this way, make her do this kind of song, or they like this kind of vibe, so make her continue with that. But I've grown out of that. I'm never going to ever again betray myself, my good sense. I have my own ideas, my own identity as a musician, and I'm just barely scratching the surface with regards to that. So, what was the question again? No, I haven't had like any calls by any known person in the industry to ask. I mean, I get calls to ask what I'm doing. Hey, what's up? You okay? You good? I haven't heard from you in a while, but I think they trust my good judgment. The guys who I really mess with in the industry, the people who I know, both in the public eye and outside of that, they trust my good judgment. They know I'm still recording music. They know I have a plan. So it's always the people who I really fuck with, they have good vibes. So no. I have my own couple of achievements that I've done so far, but I do actually feel like I have some catching up to do in that regard. That's just me being honest. We have a lot more opportunity these days, and I'm so blessed to have people who still, hit me up and present me with those opportunities, even when they know that I haven't been active for a while, even when I've been in the state of inactivity. They still, sometimes it baffles me, like, you want me to come and play a show where? Like, really? Sometimes it does baffle me because I feel so out of the fray. Like, it shocks me most of the time. But that just encourages me. It goes to show that there's something there, So, my family and friends don't really know what I go through in the music industry. I try and keep it separate from them. They don't really know the kind of heartache and the drama and the challenges that I usually go through, especially the mental challenges. I try and keep my family different and my friends like separate from all of that. When I went on my little hiatus, I don't know. I really don't know what they thought about it. They know I'm always going to be good because I have a good structure, I have a good foundation. But I guess, once in a while, I'll always get a question from my relative or my mom, Charlie, are you recording new music? When are we going to get? Even she asks that, even before the fans. I always get messages on Twitter like, yo, my mom asks me the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, so. Do not expect the same EL. Like, Actually, people come into my inbox and talk about, Charlie, I like that your track was that Kalu track. But that's not me anymore. I barely recognize that person. That's great music, but I just don't identify as that person anymore. So I'm looking at that person like a stranger, like I really don't know what that is, and there's a disconnect there. So even though that's me, it doesn't really interest me so much. What interests me is who I am today. And who I am today is...
Turn me up.
3 Lounge on 92.7 3FM. Accra's biggest mid-morning.
It doesn't get better than this.
3FM Lounge.
Charlie be like ELD door smoke.
Escape the
After
ordinary
GME, know
on
the boy low.
92.7.
Long pause, so he won't stop. After all the bar, now he no force. I hear say beef sack and stone boy. Oh, no be me I talk, but you know boys. He the sing self, you know be his own voice. He get money by now, he buy Rolls Royce. Yeah, superstar, you they stay with your parents. For Spintex, party know they pay rents. But I know on them times where they pens. Every day, boys, he be gay. Love me, cry, what did they mean say? Every slave queen, they go DM. He they rush one, way be the meanest. Where this song, he they top, no they be safe. Yeah, never home bang. Boys cast up on what I do them. Come check which one be your mother. Charlie man, never home bang.
And yes, in the background now, EL Bang, and the man is in the studios. And it's so good to finally catch up with him. Hi, EL. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
It's been quite a bit that we sat down and had a conversation, and I'm actually quite excited for this one.
Thank you for having me.
And always a pleasure to have you on. Now, we played a bit of a small documentary before we started, which is quite... I thought you were very raw and honest in that one.
Right.
What led you to want to start saying things from your own point of view as against letting people sort of dictate the narrative?
Oh, it just comes with, time, growth, maturity. You begin to realize that it's about you voicing out who you are and living your truth. So
yeah, there were some interesting points you made in there. One about sort of feeling some sort of disconnect from the industry as you know it now.
Yeah.
How do you think when you look at the evolution of it now, what about it makes you feel like you're not connecting as much with the current trends as you used to?
To be honest, that documentary was like two years ago.
Okay, so you had about a year ago. So
about a year ago.
Have your opinions sort of changed over the last year?
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember what my opinions were at that time. I only know about how I feel about whatever
things.
It is right now. You know what I mean? Like that was a different time for me. So yeah.
Now let's talk about the current time you're in.
Yeah.
What are your views now on the industry and your place in it?
To be honest, I'm just focused on the things that make me happy and the things that make the people close to me happy as well. So I'm just, to be honest, I'm going with the flow, and I've realized that that's the best way to live for anybody. Just authenticity, just being who you are. So I'm just going with the flow, man.
Now let's start from the beginning. Your origins in the industry, in the music scene as it is.
Yeah.
At what point did you know that music was going to be my full-time profession?
I wouldn't say there was a specific time in my life where I was like, I'm going to do music. I guess it crept up on me in stages. I remember my earliest memory of, having that musical experience was me being in church, singing in the choir. And then they got me a keyboard, and I started playing, the keyboard, the piano, and it was just a very evolutionary process that's led me to this point. I was in Presec, we formed Skillions, the rap group, and before you knew it, I was on stage performing. So I've just been led down my path by my guardian angel, I guess.
Yeah. Now, what do you like doing the most, producing or creating?
I guess
your own music?
Yeah, creating encapsulates the whole thing. I just like being in the studio, whether I start by writing a verse or start by making the beats. There are really no lines drawn in the process. So for me, it's just an all-encompassing experience for me.
Now, let's go through your creative process.
Okay.
Before you start off any song, what is the process prior to getting into the studio?
Getting me out of the house.
Okay.
That's the number one thing. Being social enough to actually get up and go to the studio.
Are there days you're not social enough?
No, I'm not very social.
Really?
I'm not. I thought you knew this about me.
No. I know you're a bit of like your own person. You have a bit of you tend to be a recluse sometimes when you want to be.
Yeah.
But even in the creative process, you just sort of have to ginger yourself to want to be with people.
The thing is, I like to be in my small corner, like you said. It's not like I don't like to be with people, but you know, I guess I'm very comfortable in a certain setting, which is not necessarily a good thing. But you know, and I also don't find it hard to get inspiration to make a song. So I find myself writing a lot. I find myself putting down ideas a lot. I think that the challenge for me is actually getting up my behind and actually going to do the work of recording and stuff, which is also fun. But I guess making that transition is sometimes hard for me. You know,
Okay, that's interesting. So now you get into the studio. You've already probably penned down quite a bit before you get into there.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to create your own beats, or are you always... What is the level of comfort to do it yourself or to get someone else to jump on and help get it done?
It's definitely to do it yourself.
Okay.
I've told this to all my friends, Charlie. The earlier you start learning how to, if you're a musician, produce your own beats, the better. So I think I've gotten through to a few of them, and they've realized that it's so much easier to bring out that idea in your mind directly onto the board than to go through somebody else, because before you realize, you've told the person, okay, Charlie, change this part or add this thing, another idea has come into your head and you can't really, you know, keep up, and he might not be able to keep up. So it's always best to be a one-man army when it comes to, you know, creating the music. I would advise any artist to educate yourself with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, you get it done, you go through all the process of getting the beats, working into it. At what point do you know that it's ready to be put out?
That's also a problem for me. That's also a problem for me. It literally takes my team coming out and saying, Charlie, you know,
just put it out there.
Yeah, just put it out there.
Let's see.
And I have that paranoia about me. I consider them my babies. You know, every song has a special place. It's like a special place in my journal, in my diary. So me letting that song go takes something away from me. You know, it makes it feel less personal to me. And so it takes quite a lot for me to actually say, let me let this project go, let me let this song go. But I guess it also goes to the fans, who I also love. So it's a win-win, I guess.
Okay. Now, speaking of them being your babies and the songs you put out then, and sort of the care you take into putting out these songs, take me a bit through the journey and the persons you were in each different project.
In each different project
that you put out there, because I'm assuming you've evolved over time, because you did say something like sometimes the person you were when you probably put out a song like You Will Kill Me or Chilele, it's very different from the person you are now. What kind of person were you in those eras, and how different have you become in the evolution of your sound?
Quite a few eras, if you want to go through that journey. From the very beginning, I think I was probably very clueless in the very beginning. I just wanted to make music. I had a dream of, you know, having people hearing the music and being able to travel with it, but I didn't know how to get from point A to point B. It was actually a few people in the industry who used to come around me and be like, why don't you, you know, put the music out more? Why don't you? And they started pushing me. And, you know, that's when I started releasing music. So I guess as time went on, I became more and more knowledgeable. And I've come to find out that there are a few lessons that you have to learn to get from point A to point B, and I've gone through those phases. Specifically, Dear Charlie, I don't know how I would describe the evolution of my character, or it's just once you begin to grow and you begin to realize certain things about life, you begin to see that it's a universal law that applies to everything. Basically, it's humility, integrity, respect, all these tenets of life. Yeah.
How would you describe your sound now?
I think I'm more knowledgeable in myself, knowing who I am, and I think I do not cater too much to what I think other people would want to hear.
Okay.
And I'm looking more inwardly than looking outwardly, So my sound now is very mature. At the same time, it's very energetic, very vibrant. For this new project that I'm putting out, it's very honest and it's very fun. I find myself letting go, letting loose a lot more, and being true to myself a lot more.
Now let's talk about the new project.
Okay.
What is the working title for it?
Bar 7.
Oh, okay. So we're following the history,
yes.
And we're doing another bar.
Yes. Another
tape.
bar project.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many songs are going to be on it?
Not to give away too much, it's 13 songs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's exciting.
You're gonna ask me about the features.
I would.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Just a little bit of a teaser.
The usual suspects.
Okay.
If you know the usual suspects.
Can I guess?
Yes, you can. You may. Yes.
Joey, Shaker. Who else can I throw into the mix? Sock.
Okay, let me stop you there.
Okay.
Let me take you out of your misery. I haven't had these guys on a project in a while.
Yeah.
In a while, and you're totally off.
I am
for all the three. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's quite different.
It is quite different. You know, the thing about the bar is I like to unearth talents on there. There have been a few instances where artists who I put on the bar went on to doing great things, and now they are household names. So I like to really forecast into the future and handpick certain people who I'm certain or I'm kind of sure that they might do well in the future. And
so we have some very exciting new cats.
Very exciting new cats on there.
Okay.
And I think that's the way I want to give back to the industry.
Do we see international collaborations on it? Or let's say collaborations that transcend beyond Ghana? Nigeria, South Africa, the US, the UK?
Maybe.
Okay. Right.
Maybe.
Okay. We're getting hotter.
Yeah, I haven't really focused too much on that for the bar tape. I'm really looking at Ghana hip hop and how I can unearth local talents a lot more. So we might or might not have too much of that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you said your way of going back to the industry is unearthing talents like that. So we see you putting out perhaps school, an academy, a training ground. See you doing those kind of collaborative features of just new artists.
Yeah, you mean like teaching gigs, stuff like
perhaps
that?
Teaching, doing an academy of unearthing just new talent and just spearheading all of that.
I'm down for whatever, man. I've thought about doing some writing camps. I've thought about doing some educational, seminars and stuff like that, just to teach who would want to listen, stuff that I know, stuff that I've gathered over the past decade. So, stuff like that. But I don't know if I'm 100% there yet. Eventually, I would really love to teach people and show people a few things that they might not know, because the industry runs deep. There's so much that people overlook or don't entirely know at all, and it spans from the technical aspect to the practical aspect to even the theory of it. And so I'll be glad to, but just not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Is there any part of the creative industry you've not done that you're looking forward to doing?
Any part of
the creative industry.
Maybe
industry. Directing, perhaps acting.
Oh, I've done that.
What fashion that you look forward to doing again?
I still do that. I'm still acting. I was in a movie recently. I was in a movie recently. I was a pastor in a movie.
Oh my.
Yeah, those of us who are holy, we are called to do holy work.
Hallelujah.
So I was and with directing, I'm still directing. I direct most of my music videos.
Who is you directing for others?
For others?
Yes.
When I'm confident enough, I think I will do that. I mean, I direct stuff for people close to me, for my boys, but you give me some more time, Charlie. I still have a few things to learn with regards to directing and stuff like that. But I like to be multifaceted. I like to try different things, so I'm still doing that.
Now let's look at your life beyond music, outside of music. How do you unwind? Do you tend to?
Yeah, I play video games.
Okay.
Spend time with family. I have pets that
How many?
That I love. Man, I'm so down this morning. My dog died last night.
No, I'm so sorry.
I'm kind of down.
No, I know how that feels. Yeah, when you lose a pet, man, and people, I think people who are not dog parents don't get it.
They don't get it.
Or people who are not pet parents don't get it.
Exactly.
When it's like a child.
Yeah.
And when they die, it's like you've lost a family member.
Yeah, especially
I'm so sorry.
when you've known them since they were pups.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, so it's made me a little.
Yeah.
And I was on my way here and it started raining.
Charlie.
Because I haven't been home since like last night, so to find out,
Oh no! And you got in, and then the news was broken to you, and then you had to. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I woke up in the studio this morning, and that's what I found out.
Oh,
but
Charlie.
Charlie, how you doing?
Oh, Charlie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
It's cool.
Huh?
Yeah. So unwinding.
Yes.
I like to play video games. I like to spend time with family, and if not that, then best unwinding for me is when I'm in the studio, just doing my thing. Yeah.
Now you've been in and out of the jurisdiction quite a bit over the last few years.
Yeah.
When you look at the industries that you enter and then you observe and you see how they are well structured, I will assume, as against what happens in Ghana, does it not make you want to just say, you know what, let me just focus on an area that would give me much more returns than maybe even doing it in Ghana?
Oh, you mean doing it in Ghana as opposed to doing it elsewhere?
Elsewhere, yes.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I am Ghanaian. This is where I'm from. I find my soul here more than anywhere else in the world. Regardless of where I've been, and I've been a bunch of places. But regardless where I am, I always find myself coming back here and feeling way more at home and more of who I am, more whole. So there's no escaping it. I love being from Ghana, and so I'm going to do my best to make sure that this is the launching pad, that I use. But there's always good and bad sides to it. There's always more to be desired. There's always stuff that we want for the industry, and we're going to work in our own small way to make those things happen.
What do you want for the industry?
I want more organization. I want stronger institutions for us, to help spearhead us to where the potential should be, and so I want those things. I want more unity amongst artists, and I'm beginning to see that more and more, especially with the new generation. And I want better technical output. I think we could do so much better with the sound itself. The music is good, but equally important is, as an engineer, this is the engineer side of me speaking, the sound could be 100% more better. I mean, better, yes.
Do you feel people are not investing as much in the technical aspect?
Yes. There's a difference when you play some Ghanaian, like most Ghanaian music. You play that, it's beautiful music, but when you play music from elsewhere, in probably more developed countries or more advanced industries, you can tell the difference in the sonics. And the sonics are very important. You might think a song is a song, but a song that is not as good as yours might trump yours just because of the technicals, and it's been mixed better, it's been mastered better, it's been processed better than yours, and that's when most artists might have an upper hand against others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the new generation, as you mentioned, who seem to have a lot more unity going on.
Yeah.
What do you
think
views?
so, or you don't think so?
I think they're more open to collaborating with each other. So I actually can agree with you to a large extent that they are they seem a lot more united.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when someone does an event, you see everyone else happy to jump on, as against what we saw in the earlier crop. What are your views generally in the sound and quality of music they're putting out?
Oh, I like it. I wish I could find them. I was scrolling through social media and saw these new cats. Just these new cats. These two guys doing amazing, like just very, very different and very refreshing to hear sounds that even me myself I wouldn't have thought of, and still being able to identify and vibe and bump to it, So I like the direction it's going in. I think it's very experimental. I think it's very daring at the same time. So yes, definitely.
Who are your favorites, or do you have current favorites?
If I start mentioning names, the thing about mentioning, I do have favorites. The thing about mentioning names is that you make a lot of enemies.
That's true, isn't it?
With making lists. I had an issue with a list recently.
You did, yeah?
So I don't want to make a list.
You're not going down that road again.
No. I've got a few people who don't like me in the first
simply
place.
because of that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. But I do have favorites.
Some favorites, yeah. Okay, I was gonna ask if some of those favorites are featured on Bar 7.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Two.
Two of your favorites are featured on Bar 7. When is Bar 7 coming out?
It's coming out tomorrow. Yeah. I'm waiting to get off this one so I can make a big announcement.
Yeah. Wait, on social media?
Yeah.
But you can start here now.
I can't tweet it into the studio. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but you can get us a bit of a teaser before at the final bit.
I'm gonna put out the playlist.
Today.
Yeah, right after this. So
oh my.
Stay tuned.
Okay, we're excited. Okay. All right. So yes, I'm in the studio with the one and only EL. Bar 7 drops tomorrow. Is it at midnight?
I'm not gonna say, because I wanted to
surprise everybody.
It's tomorrow. So
whatever time tomorrow.
Yes, watch and wait. Yes,
we like. 13 tracks all dropping tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. Are some of them coming with videos? Or
we have some material that's gonna be
some visualizers as well.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. I'm excited. Now, how different do you sound on this one? How different is your sound on Bar 7? Did you experiment?
I wouldn't be able to tell. I think that's for people to actually tell me how they feel.
Okay.
It's very difficult to see yourself growing. To me, I'm the same guy who just loves to make music and like pause in traffic to write 3 bars here, 4 bars here. I'm just a nerd like that. That's what I enjoy doing. So that's what I've been doing all this time. But the fans have more of an outside look in, and they can tell me, hey, this one year you were more this or you were more that. But for my evolution, I guess I'm still the same. I'm still the same EL, doing what I love.
Do you feel that people misunderstand you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say everybody. I know there are people out there who kind of get me, but I'm generally misunderstood. But it's partially my doing, because I'm Batman. I don't like to come out of my cave. I'm not very expressive socially, so people don't truly know who I am, except the people who are really like close in the inner circle. Yeah.
Okay. Last month, June, was Male Mental Health Awareness Month, and for a lot of creatives, and I've had a few conversations with some creators who come on, especially for men or the male creators, it's harder.
Yeah.
Generally it's harder for gents really to be expressive in terms of their mental health, but I think it's even more difficult when you're in a position of power and influence, because then people expect you to be perfect and have their own perceptions of how you live and how you are. What have been some of the challenging mental health moments for you in your career?
that was a while ago. It was in the past, and I had issues with identity. I spoke about this actually on the new tape, and just I had a little bit of survivor's guilt, because contrary to what people know about EL, I came from I didn't come from very privileged background. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I just happened to have a support system that was very big on education. So I've read, I'm well read, I'm well spoken and all that. So people might have a different, but I came from not struggle, I would say, but not very luxurious circumstances. And so I've always had issues with, coming out of that and making something of myself and not feeling good enough, but I've battled that in the past and I'm over that. For me right now, who I am is I have developed a way of stepping outside of myself and speaking to myself in the third person and having that control over what my brain, because this brain in our head sometimes it wants to sabotage you.
Yes.
So the skill now is a very dangerous place between your two ears.
Honestly.
So,
I'm like, what's going on?
What's going on? Why are you chewing yourself up? But I guess in growing and maturing, I've learned personally to step out of myself, like I said, and have a conversation with myself and even laugh at myself when I'm spiraling sometimes. So it's made me so much more comfortable with who I am.
What has been the biggest sacrifice you've made for your career, the career you have now?
Time. I've spent a lot of time honing in on my craft. Sometimes to no reward, just me feeling out different things and discovering myself. So I've given it a lot of time. It's been over a decade since I've been doing the music thing, and there's been high points, there's been low points, but all in all, I've been so blessed, man.
You have,
I've been so blessed, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Let's talk about the high points. What have been some of the highest points in your career that you can pinpoint?
It's brought me in contact with so many cool people. In a position where your network is your net worth.
Sure.
And the network is strong. So I feel like I'm blessed in that way, coming in contact. People are your number one resource. Next to time, I guess. People are your number one resource. And I've been able to contact a lot of cool people. But also, just having the privilege to be who I am. I'm the first person in my family who you can Google my name and something comes up, and it's actually something.
I like.
So it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Now, on the issue of time, and arguably, you sort of took a step back from the industry. Or it felt like you did take a step back, not as active, or didn't stop putting yourself out there as much as you wanted to. You were giving us great music. You'd occasionally come in, give us a tape, and then sort of go back into your cave, basically. Why? What accounted for that? What led you to do that? It felt like a switch. Well, you've always been a bit of a mystery man. What you see is not necessarily what you get. Right. But then it felt as if it was more deliberate to disconnect from the industry as you knew it.
Yeah.
Was there a trigger? Was there just a epiphany? You said, you know what, I'm just going to take a back seat, or I'm just going to relax. What led to it?
I guess it's just going through the motions of life. I get one thing is I get bored very easily, and it's hard for me to, I don't know what it is, but it's sometimes hard for me to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm doing this, releasing music, and I'm doing interviews. It gets very tedious, and sometimes, you get to get bored. So I guess I don't know what it was, but the constant thing is I've always loved making music and putting music out. So regardless of what happens around that, I hold that center.
Oh yes, definitely. Yes, the music part there, you won't starve us. Yes, you give us enough to be able to feed on.
But I'll be going and coming. I don't want to be in everybody's faces all the time. I wouldn't want people to be in my face all the time. So I guess in the going and coming, it's more mysterious for me.
I'll tell you when I sort of started recognizing. I felt like, or maybe my observation then, I felt like because you had reached a pinnacle of some sort, you decided that I've seen it all and I want to take a pause. I think after winning Artist of the Year, you sort of decided that, you know, I've done it all. So I think now I can focus on maybe other exploits.
Yeah.
Am I right in that assessment?
I didn't feel like I had done it all. It was a very climactic moment for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, how?
No, I thought it was gonna feel way better than it actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't
Are you
that
serious?
big of a deal. Yeah, I mean, I got what I wanted.
Yeah,
but,
and it was like, and one year.
Yeah, it was quite, yeah, you know. So for me, that's one of the things. Yeah, like, you know. So I've said this a lot of times. It was very anticlimactic for me. That night, I went to sleep and I woke up the next day. Like, it was nothing different about nothing. You know.
Really?
Yeah. So
it's like, is this it?
Yeah. So it makes you appreciate the things that actually matter, and you start paying more attention to those things. Like spending time with the people you love, because I was really disconnected from my family at about a point in time. Now I'm way closer to them than before, and it just opens your eyes to certain important things. Some upcoming artists is listening to me right now saying, "Share, you don't know what I give." But,
to get there,
to get there. But once you get there, you realize, Charlie, there's substance and there's substance.
And the things that you think are important are not necessarily as important as okay.
I mean, it's the human condition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you work for something, you toil for it, you pray, you wish, you dream about it.
When you get it, it's like,
yeah, you play with it for a while.
Better.
Yeah, you play with it for a while. And you think, then before you realize you're chucked at it's away and you're looking for a new toy.
Also, the song in the background, if I may, it felt like a reply to a lot of trolls or a lot of Ghanaian. Yeah, and Ghanaians can be Ghanaian. In their ways in which we get things done. We tend to be a bit more judgmental. We can be a bit more when it comes down to it. How do you deal with trolls in general?
Oh, I ignore them. I mean, it's not even just a Ghanaian thing. It's an African thing. You know, it used to affect me a lot more. But these days I have bigger problems than trolls. Regardless of what people say about, people are going to talk about you. You want people to talk about you. You want people to troll you. You want people to, come at you. And for me, it really doesn't make any difference to me how I feel. You know, I don't go fishing for compliments, and I don't go fishing for critique. It's just what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Now, usually when you do like a random Google of most eligible bachelors in Ghana, you usually pop up. By the way, I'm just saying. Just
is that so? Tell me more.
It would seem so. Are you still in that category?
No, I'm not.
You're not an eligible bachelor?
No, I'm not an eligible bachelor.
Google needs to update too.
Which part of Google? I haven't seen this.
My producer just had a small heartbreak, but it's okay. It's okay, Jada. It's okay. You live.
Sorry, producer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But how you've had a very exciting career. How have the female fans treated you? What is the craziest thing a female fan has done?
Oh wow! Craziest thing a female fan has done. It's really not that crazy. I don't have too many crazy stories about female fans. No. I try to be a gentleman. A gentleman. So I guess I attract ladies. So there's not really too much crazy stuff. No, I'm sorry, I can't. I've had people hop over my wall when I used to live in North Kanishi, come into my house and tap on my bedroom window. Like I've said this somewhere before, I guess. Yeah, I've had stuff like that happen, but it's normal.
Amazing.
It'd be normal, actually.
I thought I was here like, oh, this. Okay, yeah, that is quite extreme, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's allowed. But when people hear Bar 7 tomorrow, what do you want them to feel?
Oh wow, what do I want them to? I want them to feel good. Yeah, it's a culture now, it's a tradition, you know, and it's a movement. We've been doing this for 8 years now, so it's woven into the culture now, and I just want people to identify with the things that I speak about. I want people to just vibe with it and listen. I want people to listen actually, because it's a hip hop project, so it takes you actually buckling down to vibe with it and to listen to what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay. I like that. Now let's play a little game. I want us to. This is a Thursday and it's a throwback. I want to throw back some pictures, and then we'll try and see if you can guess the people in the pictures.
Ooh.
The idol.
Wow, that's so hard. I'm so bad with faces, man. The worst with faces.
That's my evil laugh. Okay, let's try. Janet. Janet, let's start right about... Janet, you start it.
Janet, where are the pictures?
Where are the pictures, Janet? I think Technical come and sort it out now with that. But yeah. But what are your... Do you have like... So a lot of people are getting into nostalgia these days and just like to bash old school music. When you have to pick your old school playlist, what kind of songs do I find on it?
How old school are we talking?
How old school would you like it to be, usually?
I was listening to a lot of Wolome.
Really?
For some reason I found... oh my goodness, it's so good, eh?
No, honest, Takrade is my favorite Wolome song. Takrade na me sweetie ho.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, it's a jam.
Yes. There was this one I was listening to yesterday. I've forgotten the title, but yeah, I've been delving more into that type.
Okay. Now let's get into the throwback.
Okay. Oh, I know these.
Okay.
I know two out of these.
I know two out of those. So who can you guess this?
So we have Tic Tac on the left, and we have Ghana Rap for
Bravo on the right. Yeah. Okay, so next song is...
Wow, look at life. Oh.
Hey, this one, yeah. Hey, Jimmy.
Who the hell is this?
I cannot see.
I cannot tell. Who is this?
It's Manifest.
That's Manifest.
Apparently, that's Manifest.
Yeah.
Baby Manifest.
Oh, I should have looked at the baby. I was able to tell even more
does,
than... Well, that Manifest gets 6 packs.
Oh, wow. This one, yeah. Hey,
who is this?
Wow.
How?
Yeah.
That's it, Bread Dramina.
No, it's Ochame Kwame.
That's Ochame Kwame?
I can't believe it's Ochame Kwame.
Who's telling me it's Ochame Kwame?
Janet is the one saying it's Ochame Kwame. Are you sure it's Ochame Kwame?
Really?
Wow.
He looks so much better now. I'm just being honest. Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Janet, next one. Hey.
What?
Who's this?
Who's this? This is Shirley Frimpong Mansu.
No. It does look like Shirley, though. It does. It's Yvonne Nelson, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, man. You know the crazy thing about that? Me and Yvonne grew up in the same area.
Are you serious? So you should recognize her.
This. We lived literally 5 minutes walk from each other.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Yvonne. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Janet,
Nice.
is it the last one or final one? Okay, let's go. Huh? Janet.
She's right in front of me.
I cannot believe. How did you get this picture?
She's
How
right
did
in
you
front
get
of
this
me.
picture?
Oh my goodness.
I cannot believe this.
Was this in London?
This was London.
Yes. We need more of these. Yeah, more.
Oh, there's no
more of these.
There's no more.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now this one I can recognize.
That's Bella.
That is Berla. I think this was what Miss Malika days. Yeah. This was Miss Malika.
Wow.
Okay, that was Bella.
Yeah.
It's much younger than Malika. Okay, so this was, I don't know, school, I guess.
Really high
Okay,
school?
maybe high school. All right.
Interesting.
That's all we have. Okay, all right.
Oh wow. We don't have more of her.
We don't. No more. None of it should see the light of day.
Where did they get that picture though?
No, so I know I posted on Snapchat like a week ago or something. I
never know.
Janice, I'm blocking you.
You never
like
know who's watching.
I'm gonna block her because I think one of the social media platforms I find very comfortable with is Snapchat because I feel like nobody watches it,
Yeah.
or at least people that are close to me.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
Yeah, I'm not big on Snapchat.
Yeah.
So
which social media account are you?
I'm very big on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay. And quickly before I let you go, so some songs you focused quite a bit on political figures. Kwame Nkrumah, you have a song on.
Yeah.
JJ Rollins, you have a song on. Is it your way of sort of? Do you tend to be political?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. In private, yeah, I speak about politics with my, the people close to me. Yeah.
Would you ever do a song based on the political climate?
I have
Okay.
I have quite a few songs based on political climate
Okay.
and my views on the government, on the economy and state of affairs.
Will we get something on bar 7 on that?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me. I have no idea what's on the album.
Okay. Playing coy, we like. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll look out for bar 7 and all of that. But
Please.
that's just a bit of a teaser, a small rap intro, maybe something on bar 7. Just something small.
A rap intro. Am I going to get a beat?
Okay. We should get you a beat, but what kind of beat?
I don't know. Okay, no, I'll just do it.
Okay.
Okay, so like whatever I say, you reply facts.
Okay.
So I go
Facts.
facts. I
Facts.
put my city on the map.
Facts.
I put my city on my back.
Facts.
Until a milli I stack.
Facts.
I pull up silly on the track.
Facts.
They call me Lummy, I'm the bar.
Facts.
No capping, really, it's a fact.
Facts.
See me, I don't know how to act. I keep it 100, and it's a rap.
Facts.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my.
Yes,
No, it's a vibe.
Thank you
And
so
I'm
much.
so excited about it. So tomorrow,
Yeah.
just for midnight, we should all be tuned in to all streaming platforms
Yeah.
for Bar 7.
Yeah, do a watch service.
A watch service.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that here. And we'll definitely drop some elements of it on the air,
definitely.
tomorrow. So we'll definitely do a bit of a small listening of Bar 7 on air tomorrow. So you have to
Awesome.
make a date with us for that. But thank you so much, Ia, for coming
It's my
through.
pleasure.
Always
It's
a
my
pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I don't really enjoy radio interviews,
Yeah.
but with the likes of you guys, you guys are absolutely cool.
Thank you so much for coming on.
My
And
pleasure.
we're gonna make way for the news shortly, and then we'll continue with more great programming right here on 3FM.